Good morning. I haven't talked to you just lately. Maybe yesterday I didn't make a little video. I couldn't find my white computer. Anyway, I wanted to say thank you to Maxine, Scotia something, who I talked to on Skype. That was so cool to be in your living room with you yesterday. It was really awesome. I feel like I went for a visit. Okay, that was the first thing I wanted to say. Second thing I want to say is that I'm lighting the fire and I'm kind of waiting for it to do what it's doing. But I went on the teacup trail. I went in my teacup garden. It's a perennial slope where I've got all these posts, and on top of each little post, the post. Let me back up. Hi, it's Nancy today. Can't edit these movies. I wanted my. Don't even know where to start now. Okay, let's start again. Hello, it's Nancy today. The chickadees have been flying around outside, around in the teacup garden. But there's about 4 inches. There was freezing rain, and then there was 4 inches of snow, and it stuck to the freezing rain. And then it froze rain again on top of it, so there's a crust. So the chickadees know that there's food in the cups on the teacup trail. The teacup trail is, but they can't get to them because of the snow. So I went out there, and I'm really having an ADHD day. I went out there and I removed the snow from all the teacups so that they could get to the sunflower seeds, and there were 7 of them. I stood out there, and I had you on my head, and on my other camera, this one. I had you on here. Maybe I should just jump the queue line, and you could see that one. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Maybe I could do that. Anyway, so the teacup trail, for those of you who are new and who were not here last summer, since I get 5 new subscribers a day, and I lose probably that many because the people get overwhelmed with all my uploading and just takes over their inbox, I suppose. Now what was I talking about? I have a headache starting. Oops. Oh yeah, in the summer, it's right here. In the summer, I put up all these. Um, I put I would water the garden with the hose. I'd pull the hose along, and the hose I would pull it, and it would pull over my flowers. And I was always, every day, I would wreck another stem, break off another flower. It was awful. It's the way the hose always is, because my garden has so many curves in it. I thought, I need something so that the hose cannot pull over and ruin all the flowers. So I was at a place, I remembered, I was something about cedar posts. I went to this place that produces cedar posts, or they prepare them to be sold as posts. They strip them and all. Anyway, they cut them to 8 feet long, and if they're too long, they cut the ends off. So there was this big pile of ends, just perfect for planting in the ground around the edges of my gardens. Not like a wall, but just one here and one there, just to keep the hose from being able to pull over. Then, on the top of each post, they looked like nice posts. I thought, I'll put a teacup and saucer, and then I'll have it looking pretty. And then later, after they were done, I thought, I have to fill these with bird food. Or actually, I was filling them with water and bird food, but then the raccoons got into them, and so I just didn't do that for part of the summer. But now, they work perfectly. I loosened all the screws before winter so that the teacups are a little bit wiggly, and the saucers are, so that water would not be able to stay in the cups. It's not really working because there is a chunk of ice in the bottom of some of them, and some of them got frozen together. And anyway, so I went out there with a bit of a piece of wood, a piece of firewood, thin, scrap, little, and I knocked them all and loosened them up. And then I stood in the middle of them. My neck is really anyway, so I stood there and watched the birds, the chickadees, and I kept counting as they landed. And I could count how many there were. You know how chickadees fly and come and flying, come and go. So I had to count how many were on the ground at one time. I think there were 7. I could see 7 at one time. That was the biggest number I saw at one time. And that's the truth. You saw it here last.